Hey everyone, it's James from Fun Foods, and today I'm going to show you how to make this giant goldfish cracker. Now this is a lot of fun to make. I love goldfish, and I figure why not, let's make a giant goldfish. So keep watching and I'll show you step by step how to make this. To make this, I'm going to have to make two different batches because my food processor isn't big enough to make one big batch. So I'm going to do two different ones and then combine them together at the end. So what you need for each batch, you're going to need 8 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. You're going to need 1 cup of flour. You're also going to need 4 tablespoons of butter that isn't soft, but it isn't hard either. And you're going to need some salt, about ½ a teaspoon of salt, and you're also going to need about 2 tablespoons of cold water. Now the first thing I want to do is start off by putting our ingredients in here. Now I'm only going to use half of this because this is the amount of cheese I need for the entire 2 batches. And I'm only going to use half. You can measure it out if you want, but I'm going to eyeball it because it is a lot of cheese, of course, because of what we're making. And the flour I am going to measure out, and it's going to be 1 cup. This is a ½ a cup that I just put in, and I'm put in the other. Then we're going to use ½ of the teaspoon of salt. I have a whole teaspoon here, so I'm just going to eyeball it. And for the butter, this is 8 tablespoons here, but again, we're only going to use 4 for the first batch. Just cut them up into cubes. Now, what you want to do is pulse this before we put the water in there. So, pulse it. And you'll see it's a nice fine crumb. So we want it to be all mixed together and have this nice fine crumb like this before we start adding the water. This is just cold water. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon at a time as I pulse it. And you'll notice it makes a really nice dough. And like I said, if you have a bigger food processor where you can fit all of the ingredients in it, use that. But for right now, I'm going to turn this out into a big dish and do my other half of this batch. And now that I've done both batches, I'm just going to put them all in one big bowl. I'm just going to use my hands and just mix it all together so we have one batch. Now it should be this Play-Doh-like consistency here. It's just a real firm dough. And when you have it like this, we're gonna wrap it up in plastic wrap. And then just lay out some plastic wrap here. You can kind of flatten it down a little bit if you'd like. And then we're gonna wrap it up real good. Now we just wanna take this, put this in the refrigerator for about 20 to 25 minutes so it'll firm up. So here's my dough. I pulled it out of the refrigerator. It's been in there about 25 minutes. I'm just going to unwrap it from its plastic. I'm just kneading it for a minute. And then we can just roll it out with a roller. Now I want my shape to be long ways more than width. So I'm just going to take a knife and cut this. Now I'm using this pan, so my goldfish can't be bigger than the pan, obviously, or else it won't work. So I got to make sure that I don't make it too big. So first thing I'm going to do is just cut straight down this excess. Same with this side. And I didn't say so, but when you roll this out, you want it to be about ½ inch in thickness. You don't want it too much more than that. This should be good, just the way it is right here. Now we want to get that goldfish shape. Now, of course, I have a little goldfish here, and this is what I'm going to use as my guide. Now, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to make this side my tail, and I'm just freehanding this, moving the knife in a jagged fashion. Now we can just pull apart all this excess. Don't throw it out. We can use these to make little mini goldfish. So I'm just fixing up the edges where I cut it and making sure it's all kind of smooth and pushed in, because it will puff up in the oven. Now I don't know if you can see on camera or not, but these little goldfish have these little indentions. It's like a little smiley face, and it also has a little eyeball. Now how we're gonna make that is, I'm using a wooden skewer. So here's my wooden skewer. What I'm gonna do is kind of I'm gonna bend it a little bit as I push it down. We're gonna say about here, and we're just gonna make a little indent don't go all the way down, go about halfway down. And it kind of makes a little smiley thing. And for the eyeball, I'm gonna say right about here, I'm gonna indent that as well. I'm gonna push it down, this one almost all the way through, and then that is gonna be the eyeball. So that's gonna be my giant goldfish. Now I gotta put it on my baking sheet and put it in the oven. Make sure you preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And this will probably take anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so this took about 25 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. As soon as it comes out of the oven, you want to sprinkle some salt on it if you want salt. Well, now it's taste test time. I'm going to give this a shot. I'm just broke off a little piece here and try it out. It's not like very crackery, like very hard. I could have left it in the oven a little bit longer and maybe that would have dried it out a little bit more, but it's really good anyway. I love cheese and I love the taste of this. So, very good. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this giant goldfish cracker. I hope you get to make one for yourself as well. This was a lot of fun to do, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, please hit that big red subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. You get new videos every week. And check out some of the videos I have off to the side. I think you may enjoy those as well. I also have a playlist off to the side that is my big recipes playlist, my giant recipes. Go check them out. I'm sure you'll like them just as much as you like this one. And please share this video with anyone you think might like this as well. And until then, I'll see you next week.